really passionate about sports. So I decided to join the local diving team. I love the sport so much that I will be the first one in the pool, I'll be the last one to leave. And because of my passion and devotion to the sports, I was given the opportunity to come here to the United States to train and was able to represent Brazil in 2 Olympic championships. Right after my diving career came to an end, I had one of the most scariest experiences of my whole life. I felt like life pulled the rug under my feet, and I was just about to fall with no place to hold on to. And it started when the engine of my car blew up, and I didn't have money to replace the engine or buy a new car, so I had to let go of my job because I couldn't get there without a car. On top of that, I had submitted an extension for my visa to stay here, and somehow the application got lost in the mail. I became temporarily illegal with no job, no car, very little money in the bank, and no family around to provide me with support. So I started panicking. And I remember one day I was so nervous that I decided to go to the beach to pray, to plead, to beg God for help, because I had no idea how to handle the situation. On my way back to the beach, I was led to pick up a newspaper to look for a job, and instead I found this ad about a spiritual healing center offering free spiritual healing sessions. Since I was unemployed, it's for free. I'm like, I'm gonna be right there. So I came in there in the first day that I got there, my very first session, I experienced this deep and profound sense of peace. It almost felt like I was taking a vacation from my problems just for that moment. And I remember sitting there doing my first session, looking out at the window, thinking, how could it be possible for me to be experience peace with all the stuff that is going on in my life? I just didn't understand it. But I like it so much that I continued to go to the center every day. I was the first one there, I was the last one to leave, and all I wanted was to be able to find that sense of peace again and again and again. A few weeks later, my life began to change, and I was offered a job at the Miami Aquarium by this company that promoted diving shows, making twice as much money as I was before. So the greatest lesson that I learned from this experience was this: if we are able to find peace in the midst of a storm, it has the capacity to calm the storms on our behalf. Now, just because I've learned that important lesson, it didn't keep me from experiencing more storms in my life. But with each storm, I learned a new lesson, and I was able to grow from the experience. The two most important lessons that I've learned are this: heaven or hell are but two different states of mind. And depending upon where we choose to put our focus of attention at and our thoughts, so will be our experience in life. Now, many people are tempted to believe that when something out there change, then they're going to be at peace. Then they will be joyous. Then they will be able to show appreciation for the good things of life. But the problem with that is that the outer is but a reflection of the inner. So if we try to change things out there without addressing the cause of it within ourselves, we're just going to keep on repeating the same cycle again and again and again. The thing is, if there is drama and conflict going on in our lives, rest assured there's drama and conflict going on in our head. If there is the experience of lack and limitation going on out there, rest assured there are the thoughts and beliefs about lack and limitation going on in here. Our thoughts produce certain feelings. Each feeling has a specific vibration, and the universe always attracts to us events and circumstances that will match that vibration. This means that in order for us to experience heaven on earth out there, we must first experience it within ourselves. And it is by making the conscious choice and decision to look for peace, to look for joy, to look for things to show appreciation in the present moment. It is by training ourselves to focus on what's right with our lives, what's right with the people that surrounds us, that we are able to raise our vibration, and the universe will respond by attracting events and circumstances that will match their vibration. So it is by experience first heaven within ourselves that we will be able to see the out picturing of that in our daily lives. The second important lesson that I've learned, which could be used as a shortcut for the experience of heaven on earth, is the awareness and perception that the most important ingredient in the experience of heaven on earth is the presence of love. And what I've learned from the book, The Way of Mastery, is that we are going to be able to experience our greater sense of joy, not when we are loved by one specific person or by a group of people, but when we learn how to love everything and love everyone. See, the love that we send out not only comes back to us multiplied, but it has the capacity to elevate us into the experience of heaven. So for those of you who would like to have a taste of heaven sooner than later, just remember this. Be mindful of where you put your focus of attention at. Be the presence of love wherever you go, and heaven will reveal itself to you. Thank you.